Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Your first car.
When you're the bank, that comes with a lot of responsibility. Security First Bank is the bank that knows your name, solves your problems, and stays flexible to make personal or business banking a whole lot easier. Because when you're the bank, you're built on people, relationships, trust, and straight talk. Security First Bank. We're the bank, but more importantly, we're your bank. Member FDIC.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
On the live stream, everyone watching can hear you. Huh? It's on YouTube. Good evening and welcome to Lakota Tech Gymnasium. I am your host, Jeff Thoyer. We're here tonight for our varsity game. And here's our stadium announcer. Darren filling in for Yami Jack, who's traveling right now.
Starting at number 2, Aaron Eisenstrom. Number 6, Mimi Chargikoff. Number 13, Leah Batman. Layla Marshall, number 16. And captain, number 14, Sunday Anderson. Starting for Lakota Tech Tatanka. Number 1, Layla Robinson. Number 5, Timmery Oldhorse. Number 33, Tawny Rodriguez. Number 35, Trinity LeBeau. Number 37, Melina Shandru. And your captain, number 21, Shiley Richards. Everybody to stand for the flag song.
Flag song will be sung by Jaden Highhawk. and Ari Black Bear, also assisting Jaden Highhawk. Not sure if you could hear it, but if our mics picked it up, but I believe that was a recording of the Lakota version of our national anthem. All right, Lady Tatanka, Varsity back on the floor at home after that big L&I championship. One win on Friday, and then 5 straight wins on Saturday. Back home, and they are hosting the St. Francis Lady Warriors. Still looking for student announcers. Anybody might want to, Lakota Tech students might want to get into broadcasting. I thought I was going to have someone up here with me this evening, but I'm not sure what happened to them, so I'm on my own tonight. Francis Big Crow walking around the microphone. I don't know if Francis is going to do our announcing in the gymnasium, normally done by Yamni Jack. Yam's on the road right now, coming back from Aberdeen for the boys' state golf tournament. On the floor for Lakota Tech is Rodriguez, Old Horse, Richard, LeBeau, Shangru, and Robinson. Tawny the Terminator Rodriguez serving the first serve for Lakota Tech. Set it up, back over in 3, and that one's out. Point Lady Tatanka. Really proud of the girls for the win that they got at Lakota Tech. That was outstanding. It's probably one that will not soon be forgotten. Rodriguez is served. There's an ace for Rodriguez. Point Lady Tatanka. Some memorable moments in sports. I'll probably remember that one. Right up there with Denny Green's meltdown whenever he's with the Cardinals. There's another ace for Rodriguez. Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. And the Colts coach, I forget his name right now. Playoffs. Talking about playoffs. Right up there with all that is Lakota Tech's L&I victory. Setting that one up and into the net. Point Lady Tatanka. So it looks like a timeout called by St. Francis. We'll be back after this timeout break.
your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers.
All right, that's a quick timeout. Interrupt our sponsor's commercial there. And looks like Rodriguez to serve for Lakota Tech. 4-0 is the score in this first set of varsity game. There's an ace for Rodriguez. Rodriguez back to serve for the Lady Tatanka. And rotation violation called on Lakota Tech, so that'll be first point for the Lady Warriors. Number 14 serving for St. Francis. Nice serve, Richard Robinson, and Molina sends it back in 3. 3 shots back to Tech. And Richard putting that over on the third bump. Setting it up. Ooh. Old Horse trying to run that one down. Looks like she hit the floor pretty hard on that one. Point Lady Warriors. Shaking it off. Looks like got maybe the right arm a little bit. This looks all right. Richard. Shangru for LeBeau. And that one will be out. LeBeau hitting it across court from left to right. Number 14 serving. There's an ace for number 14. Point Lady Warriors. Right there back at center court, right there in front of Timmery Old Horse. Richard, Old Horse, back up the front line. Shangru over in 3. And coming back to Tech. Richard giving a fist bump. Robinson setting it up for Shangru. Got a pretty good volley going here. Over in 3. Old Horse. Richard for Shangru. And that one's a little bit too much. Too hard and out of bounds. Point Lady Warriors. So the Lady Warriors have tied it up now after being down 5-0. Up 5-5. Richard, LeBeau, and Robinson back in on 3. Setting that one up. And back to Tech. Old Horse. Richard, second bump, fist bump, getting it over on the second shot. Back to Tech. Rodriguez. Richard. Back to Rodriguez. Point Lady Tatanka. Got a substitution. 2 bowls coming in for Robinson. It'll be 2 bowls to serve. And that one's in the net. Point Lady Warriors. 6 apiece in this first set of our varsity match. Underhanded serve. Rodriguez. Richard sent it back on the second bump. Back to Tech. 2 bowls getting a good dig. And Richard sends it over in 2. Coming back in 3. Nope, in the net. Point Lady Tatanka. Rotation will bring Shangru back to serve. Molina right about center of the court back there. There's an ace for Molina Shangru. And another ace for Shangru. First started watching volleyball whenever I was working up in Alaska in Dillingham. And I always wasn't really entertained by the way that the girls had their own cheers. Coming back in 3 to Tech. Deep. Rodriguez. Old Horse sent it back in 2. Really wasn't expecting that one. Good job getting it back. Back to Tech in 3. Rodriguez high off the back side there. Molina now trying to get it over from out of bounds is LeBeau, and she does. 3 shots coming back to Tech. That one's in. Point Lady Warriors. You know, volleyball was the first sport that I saw where the players pretty much do their own cheering. You get a point and they all have little cheers. It really impresses me how organized it is. It's like they all know which one they're going to do. As in the net, point Lady Tatanka. I used to tell my volleyball players up in Alaska when I saw them, that'd be interesting if football was like that. Ace by LeBeau. So you get a first down, and everyone goes back to the huddle and has a coordinated cheer. That'll look pretty interesting. LeBeau serve. Back and 2, LeBeau with the bump. Richard setting it up for Rodriguez. Point Lady Tatanka. Rodriguez driving it to that back right corner of the Lady Warriors. LeBeau to serve. One shot back. Shangru. Richard in tight to the net. Makes it over. Nice and tight. Lady Warriors not able to return that one. Point Lady Tatanka. LeBeau to serve once again. Coming back on 3. Indeed it does. 2 bowls. Richard. And it's going to be old Molina from a little ways back. Rolls over the top of the net. Good play by Lady Warriors to handle that one. LeBeau, Richard, and it's going to be Rodriguez with a little tap over instead of the slam. She just kind of gives it a little tap and dinks it over there into an empty spot. Point Lady Tatanka. That was a little deep, but in. Back right corner. Coming back in 3. Rolls over the net, but out of bounds. Side out, Lady Tatanka. 14-7 in this first set. LeBeau back to serve once more. Hopefully more than once more. Back in 3. In the net. Point Lady Tatanka. Great thing about being back home for a match instead of at the Monument. There's an ace for LeBeau. It's the prices of concessions. So, I believe that's a timeout called by St. Francis. We'll be back after this timeout break.
Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union insurance agent today.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
The best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South.
All right, we resume play. LeBeau back to serve. Back center. Back in 2. LeBeau with the bump. In tight. Richard is able to get up and get that one over. Inbound. Back in that rear left corner. Lakota Tech, Point Lady Warriors. Looking at the comments. No, Bravo's not with us this evening. He's feeling just a little bit under the weather is a rumor that I heard. I believe it's maybe just a little bit of a bug. I'm sure she's probably going to be all right. Point Lady Warriors. .15 to serve for St. Francis. There's 2 bowls. Quickly reacting, putting it up, and a little fist bump by Richard to get it back in 3. Coming back to Tech. That one will be tipped by LeBeau out of bounds. Point Lady Warriors. And our student council voting here today. 2 bowls and Molina kind of sharing a bump back there. Point Lady Tatanka. 17-10 the score. Got a substitution on St. Francis' side. 16 comes out, 1 goes in, and for Lakota Tech, it's Layla Robinson coming in for 2 bowls. Richard serve. Nice dig by number 1 for St. Francis. Rodriguez getting that one over. Tipped as it come over, but nice dig again by number 1, but failing to get, failing to get it back over the net. Point Lady Tatanka. There's Coach Homer, football coach, and Walker Murray. And that one's in, I believe. Indeed it was. Ace for Trinity LeBeau. Or actually, it's Richard back there serving. Richard serving again. Setting that one back in 3. Molina, Richard, and Molina again. Back in 2 to Tech, Richard, Robinson, and Old Horse putting that one back over. Molina, good play, getting that one up in the air. Rodriguez, back over 3. 3 shots coming back to Tech, and that one will be out. Side out, point Lady Tatanka. Richard serving for Lakota Tech. Two shots back to Tech. Ooh, nice play by Richard, getting low enough to get a 1-shot bump back over. 22-10 is the score. Richard continues to serve. And that one's going to be 3 shots. And point Lady Tatanka. Richard serving again. Setting up back in 3. Old Horse was there, had a hand up, not able to really bump it back. Got ball ends up between her hand and the net. Good play by St. Francis. Serving for St. Francis, number 13, Robinson. And back by Rodriguez. Back in 3 to Tech. Molina, Richard, over to Rodriguez. Tipped as it comes over, still in play. Back to Tech. Richard, Robinson, and this time Old Horse. And tight to the net. They get it back to Tech. Richard with the second shot to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez with a one-handed slap. Now back to Tech in 2. Second shot by Richard over to Molina. And that one finally goes out of bounds. Pretty good volley up there. And we're at 24-11, so it is set point for Lakota Tech as Timmery Old Horse prepares to serve for Lakota Tech. And catches the net. And there's an ace by Timmery to close out this first set, 25-11. We'll be back with the second set.
Athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
When you're the bank, that comes with a lot of responsibility. Security First Bank is the bank that knows your name, solves your problems, and stays flexible to make personal or business banking a whole lot easier. Because when you're the bank, you're built on people, relationships, trust, and straight talk. Security First Bank. We're the bank, but more importantly, We're your bank. Member FDIC.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Welcome back to Lakota Tech Gymnasium. Your host Jeff Thoyer, and we're getting ready for the second set of this varsity game between your Lakota Tech Lady Tatanka and the visiting St. Francis Lady Warriors. Looks like the ref's back from his water break. Everybody's in place. So we got Richard, Old Horse, LeBeau, Shangru, Rodriguez, and Robinson out on the floor for Lakota Tech. It looks like we're missing a line judge. AJ's not here, so Francis Big Crow step in over there. They're ready to go. That one's in the net. First point going to Lakota Tech, and here comes AJ. He's walking up behind Francis. He doesn't know he's there. Startled Francis. So AJ resuming his line judge duties, and Rodriguez serving for Lakota Tech. There's a powerful serve. See if they can get it back 0-3. Looks like they will. Back to Tech. Old Horse to Richard, and setting that one up to Shangru. Shangru with a little dink over. And it looks like that was a net violation by the Lady Warriors. So Rodriguez to serve for Lakota Tech once again. Another powerful serve down the 2 shots back. Ooh, good job by Rodriguez to run that down. LeBeau sending over in the second shot. 3 shots back to Tech. Old Horse started to make a move for it. I figured, nope, can't get to that one. Substitution, number 8 comes in for St. Francis, and I believe it's number 6 going to the bench, and number 8 will be serving for the Lady Warriors. 2-1's the score here in the second set. Lakota Tech winning the first one. I believe it's 25-10. That one, Rodriguez gets a bump on it, rolls up and kind of bumps her in the nose. I guess that doesn't count as 2 hits. Old Horse, Rodriguez off the back, and that one's high, but Molina's able to get that one in up on that left side, up close to the net. 3 shots back to Tech. Old Horse and Richard with a fist bump over to center front line of St. Francis. 2 shots back to Tech, and inbounds, point Lady Warriors. AJ's not only a line judge, but he's a ball retriever. Run that one down. So number 8, serving for St. Francis, tied up 2 apiece in the second set. Richard, LeBeau working it back inbounds from the out of bounds side. 3rd shot over by Rodriguez. Back in 3 to Tech. Yep. Old Horse calls it and gets it. Richard over to Shangru. Shangru with a big spike, and it's tipped and out of bounds. Point Lady Tatanka. Substitution, 2 bowls coming in for Robinson. And I believe it'll be 2 bowls serving for Lakota Tech. Back left corner. Bench called out. She played it. 2 shots back to Tech. And on the 3rd shot, Richard sends it back over to St. Francis. 3rd shot back to Tech, and that one's way out the backside. Sign out, Lady Tatanka. 2 bowls will serve once again. Back right corner. 2 shots back to Tech, 2 bowls, Richard, and it's going to be LeBeau. Send it back over on 3rd shot. Setting that up for 3 back to Tech, and it's Richard, LeBeau. LeBeau sent it back to Molina, but just back a little too far. It was out of bounds. Point Lady Warriors. The number 2 serving for Lady Warriors. Rodriguez from the middle of the back line. Richards setting it up for Shanger. And Shanger with a big, powerful spike that falls inbounds. Point Lady Tatanka. It's right there in front of the bench for the Lady Warriors. I think they think it might have been out. It's called in. So point Lady Tatanka and Melina Shanger will be serving for Lakota Tech. Set and over in 3. Shangru. Richard sets it up for Old Horse. Old Horse with a powerful spike. Point Lady Tatanka. Shangru back to serve. Second shot. Over in 3. Really high. Rodriguez gives a slight bump. Setting it up to Richard, who feeds it to LeBeau. LeBeau puts it over. Point Lady Tatanka. Shangru serve over. Over in 2. Rodriguez to Richard. And it's going to be LeBeau. Send it back to St. Francis. And tight to the net. That match, Lakota Tech wins that one. That was Timmery, Old Horse, front line, fielding that one in tight to the net. And that one's going to be out of bounds, tipped and out of bounds. Point Lakota Tech. Shanger served the back line in tight to the net, and point Lakota Tech. There's the whistle, and here's Molina's serve. Ooh, over by 3. Yep, they get it back. 2 bowls to Shangru. Point Lady Warriors. 10-4 is the score. My truck driving day. Mr. T drove a truck for several years before becoming a teacher. Oh, Rodriguez. Richard sends it back in 2. They weren't expecting that. Kind of little twist tap over. Point Lakota Tech. Got a substitution on St. Francis' side. 16 will come out, and number 1 comes in. Trinity LeBeau serve for Lakota Tech. That's high bump. Second one's nice and high, over in 3. And that one's going to be out. Oh, they call it in. Will admit that line where the ball hit the floor, Shanger was kind of between me and my line of sight to it. That projection looked like it's going to take it out of bounds, but it's in. 2 bowls. High bump. It's going to be in tight to the net. Nice return by number 14. Powerful spike by 14 on that return, and finds the right hand of Shanger and goes out of bounds. So it's point Lady Warriors, 11-6. Shanger, Richard, and over to Rodriguez. Third shot back over to Tech. Shangru, Richard, over to, it's going to be Timmery. Send it back over, a little tap. Third shot back to Tech. Old Horse, Richard for, Old Horse gets in there just in time to put it back over. I think she's wanting to give it to Richard, or Rodriguez. She really wasn't in close enough for it. So third shot back to Tech. A little errant tap off the fingertips by number 4, and that'll be point Lakota Tech. Substitution, 2 bowls coming out, and Layla Robinson going in. Richard to serve, and once again another timeout called by St. Francis. We'll be back after this timeout break.
The best Western.
All right, back from that timeout. Richard to serve for Lakota Tech. Score is 12-6. The second set. Lakota Tech won the first set, 25-10. Try to win the second set, close it out in 2. Or actually, we play best of 3, don't we? That's right, Varsity's best of 3. I got so used to that best of 3 at Illinois. 3 shots back to Tech. Robinson, Rodriguez. Third shot's back. LeBeau from the back. Richard, put it back inbounds. Molina put it over on the third bump. 3 shots back to the Tech, and that one finds the net. Point Lakota Tech. Richard to serve for Lady Tatanka. Point Lakota Tech. Substitution for St. Francis. 6 goes in, number 8 comes out. Richard serve. Back over in 3. And powerful spike once again by number 14. Had a couple of those already, and that one pays off as well. Point Lady Warriors, 14-7. Shangru, Richard, and over to Rodriguez. Tipped as it comes over. Point Lady Tatanka. Temery serving. Back in 3. LeBeau, Richard, and it's going to be over to Shangru. Back to Tech, Richard, Robinson. And Robinson not quite getting that set down for Molina over there on the left side. This will be point Lady Warriors. Number 14 to serve for Molina. Almost tipped as it comes over. Point Lakota Tech. Rodriguez to serve for Lakota Tech. Tommy the Terminator Rodriguez. And that one's in the net. Point Lady Warriors. Believe that's number 5, maybe 6, serving for 6. It is serving for St. Francis. A little bump by Richard to Robinson and spiked by Shangru. Point Lakota Tech. There's that 2 bowls Robinson exchange there. 2 bowls coming in. Robinson to the bench. 2 bowls to serve for Lakota Tech. And that one should be in. Indeed it is. There's an ace for 2 bowls. Back to Tech and 2. Setting that one up for Shangru, and that should be in. Ooh, it looked in to me. Good thing I'm not a line judge. I seem to get those wrong a lot. Point Lady Warriors. 2 bowls. Temery and Richard putting it back. A little dink over right there at the middle of the front line. Point Lady Tatanka. Yes, we got dinks and dunks. So I guess volleyball we got dinks. Basketball, we got dunks. Shangru putting that one over. Back in 2 bowls. Richard and over by Old Horse. Setting this up for a return in 3. 2 bowls. Richard and LeBeau giving a little tap over. St. Francis handles that, sends it back in 2. Rodriguez runs that one down, taps it, 2 bowls. And Richard, and tight to the net on the right side. Helps the ball find the floor. Point Lady Tatanka. Lena Shangru to serve for Lady Tatanka. There's an ace for Shangru. Another ace for Shangru. Molina back to serve for Lady Tatanka. Quick hands by 14 to catch that one. Back over in 3. Shangru, 2 bowls, gets it back up over to Richard, puts it back over in 3. 3 shots back to Tech. Rodriguez from the back. Richard setting that one up for LeBeau. Going to be 3 shots back to Tech. And Shangru with the 3rd shot. Ooh, that one's really high. Almost hit the ceiling here. 3 shots back to Tech. Shangru, Richard, and LeBeau. This time, LeBeau find an empty spot on St. Francis' side of the court. Point Lady Tatanka. Serve. Set and over in 3. Back sent over by Old Horse on the 3rd shot. Setting it up once again to go 3 back to Tech. Old Horse trying to defend at the net. Unsuccessful on that one. Point Lady Warriors. Number 16 to serve for St. Francis. Shangru, Old Horse back over in 2. 3 shots back to Tech, and this time Richard defending the net finds success. Lady Tatanka. Server will be Trinity LeBeau. Substitution on St. Francis' side. 16 to the bench. Number 1 comes in. LeBeau to serve for Lakota Tech. back center. 2 shots. That one's really high. Back in 3. Shangru. Old Horse sets it up for Rodriguez. This one's going to be bumped and out of bounds. Point Lady Tatanka. And missing who called the timeout. So I believe that, that was 25. Snuck up on me. So that was second set, 25-11. First one was 25-10. Now we're 25-11. We'll be back for the third set after this break.
The best Western.
When you're the bank, that comes with a lot of responsibility. Security First Bank is the bank that knows your name, solves your problems, and stays flexible to make personal or business banking a whole lot easier. Because when you're the bank, you're built on people, relationships, trust, and straight talk. Security First Bank. We're the bank, but more importantly, we're your bank. Member FDIC.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, we're back for the third set. Still at 1:05 left on the break clock. So jump out of that commercial and we're back. Make sure. Double check, make sure my button's pushed to make sure y'all can hear me. First point going to Lakota Tech. Rodriguez to serve for Lady Tatanka. Powerful serve. Bumped up in the air by 14 and 14 to send it back over. Rodriguez and tight to the net. Richard not able to get down for that one. Point, Lady Warriors, one apiece. Number 14 to serve for St. Francis. Got a substitution first, though. Number 5 coming in, and number 2 will go to the bench. Now 14 will serve. Richard off the back line. Shanger sends it back over in 2. And that one's in the net. Point, Lakota Tech. The Robinson 2 bowls substitution taking place. 2 bowls comes in. Robinson to the bench. Give 2 teammates a high five. Just got a couple, 2 teammates on the bench, and then a ghost high five, air high five to the fans in the stands. 2 bowls with that serve. Going to be 2 shots. 3 back to Tech. 2 bowls with a bump. Putting that one up high for Richard. And Shangru. And that one's defended by Shangru at the net. Point, Lady Tatanka. 2 bowls to serve. Setting that one back in 3 to Tech. Shangru. Rodriguez back over to Shangru, and point, Lady Tatanka. Two bowls to serve. Second bump, long ways to go. They get it over on the third shot. LeBeau sets it up for Molina, and that one's not going to work out. 4 hits. Point, Lady Warriors. Six serving. That one's in the net. Point, Lady Tatanka. Molina Shangru serving for Lakota Tech. We're in the third set. 25-10 was the score of the first for Lakota Tech. Second also to Lakota Tech, 25-11. And we're in the third. And we got a net violation called on, I believe it was Richard. So they called that one on. So point, Lady Warriors. Number 5 to serve for Lady Warriors. Rodriguez, slight bump to Richard, who sets it up for Molina. Molina from mid-court. 3 shots back to Tech. Rodriguez, nice dig. Molina gets over there for that one, and LeBeau's going to send that back over on the third. 3 shots back to Tech. Old Horse over to LeBeau, sends it back on the second. Over in 3 to Tech. Tipped as it comes over. Shangru, Richard, and LeBeau. Second shot. Over in 3. Good job. St. Francis sends it over in 3. Rodriguez was going for it. 2 bowls. Got a hand in there. It goes out of bounds. Point, Lady Warriors. 5-4. And we have a substitution. Number 2 comes in, and number 5 goes out for St. Francis. And your server's number 16. Just over the net. There's an ace for 16. A rotation violation on that one. That was kind of called late. Ref down there pointing it out. Looks at the bench, correct? Yep. So that ace is taken off the scoreboard and awarded to Lakota Tech for a rotation violation. Getting it squared away now. Make sure everybody's in the right place for St. Francis. And it is LeBeau to serve. Setting this one up. Back in 3 for Tech. Shangru. Richard for Rodriguez from that left side. Tipped as it comes over. Point, Lakota Tech. Shangru to serve. LeBeau to serve. Second one, over in 3. And that one's going to be out of bounds. Point, Lakota Tech. Trinity LeBeau, number 35, serving for Lakota Tech. That was an ace for Trinity. Saw Trinity having some cup of noodles in Miss T's class today. So congratulations on the Illini win. So are you ready for tonight? She said, yep, ready to go. She's back there serving. Back in 3. Tip net, tipped as it comes over. Third shot, Richard sends it back over to St. Francis. Back in 3 to Tech. LeBeau, Richard, and Rodriguez with a big spike. Back center line, point, Lady Tatanka. 9-4. Should have waited one more. See if I could say 10-4 again. I want to run home and watch old truck driving movies. I tell my students about Will and Sonny and Moving On and BJ and the Bear. They have no clue what I'm talking about. Second shot up high over in 3. Back to Shangru, Old Horse, and Rodriguez. 3 shots, back to Tech, and that one's out. So now I can say 10-4 is the score. LeBeau to serve. 3 shots back to Tech. 2 bowls, Richard and Rodriguez on the third. 3 shots back to Tech. And that one's going to be in. Point Lady Warriors. How many will be out there remember that old truck driving show, BJ and the Bear? I tell my students I don't know how that guy made any money. He just rode around with his pet monkey and saving girls. So never hauled any freight. There's an ace for St. Francis. Number 16, I believe. Serving. Got a substitution for Lakota Tech. LeBeau's going to come out, and in goes 24. That's one I don't have memorized. I don't have a program either. Got a program at the front door? No programs. That's why I'm calling all the St. Francis players by their numbers. Rodriguez getting up over the net and getting that one down. Got a substitution. Robinson for 2 bowls once again. It'll be Richard to serve. Oh, I believe that's Brazy Headley. I think 24 is Brazy Headley. Still getting used to kids without the mask on. Spent 2 years looking at them with mask on and finally see their faces. 2 shots back to Tech, 1 shot back over, and Robinson, Richard, Rodriguez. Rodriguez swinging away, knocking that one out of bounds. Point Lady Warriors. Number 13 to serve. Shangru. Richard in close to net, puts it back out where Shangru can get it over. Good play by Richard getting it back out of the net there. And that one's deep and out of bounds. Side out, Lady Tatanka. Several of our football players in the stands. Football practice is over and they're all hanging out to watch this varsity game. Timmery Old Horse, serve. And I believe it was tipped. It was out, but it tipped. So there's an ace for Lakota Tech. If you haven't been able to make it to any of the boys' football games, come on out, support them, make the trip. Good time, stands, the fans. 3rd shot back. Yep. And Shangru to Richard and back to Shangru. Shangru's going to tap that one over, but St. Francis handling that one, sent it back in 3. Old Horse from the back line to Richard on the front, and Shangru front center. Nice return, nice dig, return 1. And 2 hits by Robinson is going to give the Lady Warriors a point. 14-8 here in the 3rd set. Go to Tech, first one 25-10, second one 25-11, and we're presently 14-8. Substitution 8 comes out. Number 6 goes in for St. Francis. Number 4 is your server. Old Horse. Robinson giving a tap over with the 2nd shot there. 3 shots back to Tech. Old Horse. Richard up high for Rodriguez from the left side. Good play. Point Lady Tatanka. Another substitution for St. Francis. 5 coming in and number 2 to the bench. Rodriguez to serve for Lady Tatanka. In the net, point Lady Warriors. Got a substitution for Lakota Tech. I believe Brazy's going to come out, and Trinity LeBeau's back in. She's over on the left side of that front line. Front line, you got Robinson and Shangru and LeBeau. Number 14 to serve. It looks like number 1 came out. I'm not sure who subbed in, but 14 serving. Nice powerful serve. Richard has it on the back, and Old Horse sends it over on the 2nd. 2 shots back to Tech. Nice dig by Richard. But Old Horse and Rodriguez not able to get to that back left corner for it. So point Lady Warriors 15-10. Favor of Lady Tatanka. 14 serve. Ace for 14. 14 will serve once again. Powerful serve out the backside. Side out, Lady Tatanka. Looks like your server will be, going to have that substitution, so I think the 2 bowls will be serving for Lakota Tech as Layla goes back to the bench. 2 bowls at the serve. Let's set that one up. Back in 3. Old Horse, Rodriguez, and over to Shangru. Good job running that one down, getting it back into play and back to Tech. Second shot by Richard, and Shangru from the left side out of bounds. Sends it back, 1 shot to Tech. Now Richard with the second shot. 2 bowls putting into the win 3. 2 shots back to Tech. Molina. 2 bowls. Oh, that was Old Horse getting that one in. 2 bowls going for it as well. Nice dig. So St. Francis thought that one was going to be out and they weren't going to get to it. Saw Timory going after it, and they start to celebrate, and lo and behold, they turn around to celebrate, and Old Horse put it right back over the net. That one's going to be out. Point, Lady Warriors. And don't celebrate too soon. You never know. If you're a 49ers fan, you know about that. But yours truly is a Chiefs fan, so that's the reason I got to take that jab there. Rodriguez, Richard, and setting it up for Shanger from the right side of the front line. 3 shots back to Tech, but defending the net is LeBeau and Richard. Point, Lady Tatanka. And Melina Shanger will go back to serve for Lakota Tech. Back in 3. Rodriguez quick to get that one, gets that one back over on her own in 1 shot. 3 shots back on a no-look hit by number 16. Got some good volleys going on here. And Shanger sends it back in 1. Going to set this up. Back to Tech in 3. Oh, they're going to have to run this one from out of bounds. Somebody better get back there and get it. It's Rodriguez. Gets it back over from the deep right corner on Tech side. 3 shots back to Lakota Tech. Rodriguez trying to dig this one out. Goes in the net on the right side. Point, Lady Warriors. 18-13 is your score. Number 5 to serve for Lady Warriors. Shangru, Richard, and Shangru again from back center. Out of bounds, sign out. Lady Tatanka. Substitution for St. Francis. 2 comes in and 5 goes out. And LeBeau to serve for Lakota Tech. Well, might have been out, but 16 plays it. 2 shots back to Tech. Old Horse on the 3rd. Point, Lady Tatanka. Trinity LeBeau serving for Lakota Tech. Setting this one up. Back in 3 to Tech. And it's in. LeBeau and Shangru back in the corners. St. Francis able to put the ball right in the middle there between them. Neither one able to get to it, so point Lady Warriors, 20-14. 16 to serve for St. Francis. And that one's going to fall short. Point Lakota Tech. Time for the 2 bowls Robinson substitution, and indeed it is, and also the 16 out. 1 comes in for St. Francis. Richard to serve for Lakota Tech. Well, I was about ready to call an ace, but not quite. Does it get over? Yes, it does. Nice return by Lady Warriors, putting that one back over and tight to the net where Rodriguez wasn't quite able to handle that one. So number 13 will serve once again. And that was Brazy on the leave to Richard, and Shangru from mid-court, powerful serve, finding the floor, back left corner of St. Francis. 22-15. Try not to let that magical 25 sneak up on them like I did last match. Old Horse, serve. 3 shots back. Richard, Robinson, and Shangru. Nice play from the back side, back line of St. Francis. Robinson getting a spike of her own. Point, Lady Tatanka. And Old Horse to serve once again. 3rd set. Dakota Tech winning the first 2. We're in the 3rd. Ace for Timmery. And Timmery's got a chance to finish it right here with this serve. 24-15. Set point, match point for Lakota Tech. And that one comes up short, so we'll continue play. We're going to have a substitution for St. Francis. 5 in, 2 out, and 4 to serve. Underhand serve to Headley. Robinson sets it up for Molina. See if they can stay alive. Over in 3. Old Horse, Richard, Robinson. 1-shot return. Good return by St. Francis. Putting this one over Shanger with a big spike, but they get it back again. Warriors refusing to go, but there it is. 25-16. So in 3 sets, 25-10, 25-11, and 25-16. Varsity team continues their winning streak. They started L&I. And actually, it's been a while since they won last time here at home, too. So I'd have to go do a little research to find out the last time they won. So pretty good winning streak by the girls. Again, congratulations to them for the L&I championship. Congratulations on this win tonight. Also, anybody from St. Francis might have tuned in to watch your loved ones play. Good show by St. Francis as well. Thanks for all. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And thanks for joining us. I've been your host, Jeff Doyer. It's been a pleasure. Everybody have a good evening. Good night.